Wow, I'm white. It's very bright. Let's turn that down. There we go. Some colour in my face. How are we all doing? Just getting this set up. I think we're all good now. Where's my notepad? There it is. If I move my notepad there, I can see the chat. And I can't see my own face, so that would be reassuring. I will keep looking at my handsome self. Right, so we were... Last time, we built our jump point stabilization ship. We built a salvage ship, which has actually had more work than we expected. Where's the salvage ship? The Minotaur. Where is the... I think the Minotaur is currently here. That's the Millsworth. Maybe Zeta? Yeah, the Minotaur's here, so it's just finished salvaging some stuff. So if we go into here, if we filter this by... Fleet-based events? No. Ship-based events. Harvesting capacities. Maybe it finished doing those quite a while ago. Intelligence? No. Fine, doesn't matter. It's finished doing the upgrades anyway. The salvage. So this has got some stuff on it. The problem is, at the minute, it now cannot get back to Earth. It has the fuel. It just can't reach it. Got a little bit of minerals as well. We've managed to salvage all of this stuff, which is nice. So yeah, so the reason it can't get back to Earth at the minute is because we haven't what's the word? We haven't stabilized the way home. We've stabilized the way out, but not the way home. So if we go, I need to order these. Let's do that now. Let's order these in the, I think it's this one. So Sol is Baseland, Proxima Centauri. If I open this up, I think we can rename system. No, I don't want to rename Sol, you idiot. Don't do that. Although I should, yeah, I probably should rename Sol. If I rename Sol as 0, it should always go to the top. The only problem is I think it's going to rename every body in Sol. No, okay, that's fine. Cool. Maybe it only does that for other things. So next to Sol, we have Barnard Star and Proxima Centauri. So we'll have Barnard Star will be 1. Nope, not rename body, rename system. 1. And this is because it's 1 jump away. Proxima Centauri will be 1. I think I closed down the wrong window there. Proxima Centauri. Rename system 1. Oh, I love you too, Steve. I love you too, sir. Yeah, Stev's finally succumbed to my genius plan of saying the word Stellaris enough times during his stream that he's actually going to stream it tomorrow. So tune in for that. Where is next? Lumen and Ross. So we've got a Lumen. 2 jumps. Ross. Geller. No? Oh, this hasn't updated yet, so if we refresh this, there we go. This hopefully makes a bit more sense now what I'm doing. Chi Bravonis is 3. as is Ad Leonis. We will also designate these systems as well. Zeta Sextalis is 4. And FL Virginis is 5. Yeah, so you see how that's renamed the bodies in the system as well now, inside those other systems. So now these are all 1, Proxima Centauri 1, 2 Ross. But that's kind of useful because you get more information in the event viewer. A very productive day, good stream, Friday good raw, idea, just need to see if I can do it and told Sally not to bother showing up anymore. Nice. Good man. That's a fucking good day, bro. Right, so we've renamed all of those. We will designate them as well. Barnard's star is dead. There is nothing in Barnard's star. There's a few resources on this comet. It's Macassium. We've got a lot of Macassium on Luna already, so it's not a priority. Proxima Centauri is the next main priority. We do want to mine Proxima Centauri 1 at the very least, and we've also got, I think, we've got a couple of really good mineral deposits, low accessibility, but they have 4 ground geosurvey locations that may enhance that even further. Right, let's close that down. Let's refresh that. So that's a nice looking map there now. Got a couple. We've got Zeta Sextalis is the next branch that we're going to get. Is there nothing else in that FL Virginis? I thought that would have had a couple of jump points in it, but I guess not. It's just a dead end. Yeah, so the Millsworth has done thingy. I think we're gonna retire the Millsworth. And that is to say we're gonna build the Millsworth V2. How are we going to do this? Let's first send her back to Earth, to the shipyard, which I think I've already set up. Yep, so we'll let her do that. I would have thought some research would have kicked off there. There we go. Let's go back to Sol. Ordnance transfer hub's been researched. I mean, we're only 82 years into the game for that early game tech. We don't need that, it's okay. I need to mute my laptop. Otherwise I'm going to start getting Teams messages. And we don't want that. Oh, good. Right, so next up on our to-do list, let me bring this over here so you can see what's going on. So we did that. We probably need to upgrade that, because at the minute it is just a stabilization ship. It doesn't have its own jump drive, so it has to stabilize a thing before it goes through, which may not always be a good thing. The salvage ship, we should probably also upgrade that, because that doesn't have a jump drive either, and we don't always want to stabilize the jump points. And we certainly don't want to always stabilize the jump points on the way back, because at the minute that's just stuck there. So we're going to have to stabilize the jump gate on the way back for that one. but we'll just take that risk. That's all we can do. Long distance geosurvey ship to survey Minerva. I think the Millsworth actually was able to do that. Let's check that out. If I go to this one, and we go to Sol, and we go all moons, all asteroids, all comets. Actually, hide asteroids, hide comets. We go down to Minerva. Yeah, Minerva's not been surveyed yet, so we need a long distance survey ship. Let's design that now. Let's go wide view. And I know you guys can't see off the edge of the screen yet, but that's fine. We'll sort that out in a minute. Okay. Okay. So survey ship. We're actually gonna we're not gonna build a geological survey vessel. We're gonna build another science vessel that's long range. Millsworth is long range, but she's not long range enough to get out to Minerva, because Minerva is obscenely far out. So Minerva, from roughly the center, you're looking 130 billion kilometers at least, and then getting back. Well, there is a second Lagrange point, so when it's down here, you've not actually got as far to travel, have you? Looks like the Millsworth is actually trying to survey. Yeah, the Millsworth is actually trying her best to survey. Which she will get that done. She just won't get some of this other stuff done. I'm going to turn her automated orders off, because every time she goes out there, I panic she's not getting back. And we don't have a tug or anything to bring her back with. So let's get rid of her standing orders. And let's just have her go back, remove these orders, go to Earth, refuel, resupply. We don't really want her to overhaul, but it's fine. Okay, so she's there now. So we're going to build a new science ship. This is full screen, we don't want that. So, new ship class, it's a science vessel. I quite like this Excalibur. That's actually quite a good name. We are in the year 2132. Okay. So, oh, we did get the Bifast carbide armor as well. Yeah. So this ship is going to be, well, the ship is tiny to start with because it's got fuck all armor. Oh, excuse me. Right into the microphone. How very professional. Like and subscribe if you want to hear more coughs and sneezes. Let me set this. That's a bit loud. And of course the song changes to something that's also loud. Let's turn that down a little bit more. I don't know if it's loud to you, but I can barely hear myself talk. As much as I love to hear myself talk. Okay. Right. So, new science vessel. So we need... we want a science department. We don't need main engineering. We don't need an auxiliary control. We don't need damage control. We will need engineering spaces, but we'll add those when we come back. We'll put a standard maintenance storage bay on. We'll probably need more than that. Now we could add. No, we don't want to make an everything ship. Salvage, no. Salvage module is not a bad shout. 10,000 tons is a lot to just add to the science ship just for the sake of it, but and we'd also need cargo, I guess. Yeah, no, forget I said that. Our most recent engine is the 2118 Axiom Thrust commercial engine, which is not very powerful, but at the minute obviously there's nothing on the ship, so it doesn't really matter. Fuel storage, it's got a large, that's fine for right now. The old Prometheus jump drive, which I think had a capacity of 12,900 tons. But we've since got a lot more technology for jump drives as well, so we'll be able to upgrade that. Passive sensors, we need to redesign all of this. I think the only thing we really need, gravitational survey sensors, improved geological sensors. How many did Mills have? Because she didn't need it. She had no business having as many. She only had one of each. That's insane. She was like absolutely tearing through surveys. Don't need any of that. Don't need that. No. Okay, so we're good. Right. So we need to design some new technology. First of all, we need an engine. Because this one's not what we were after. We need an engine, we need a jump drive. So we'll design engine, jump drive, sensors. Not necessarily in this order. What else do we need? A cloaking device might be okay. Because then we're at the point now where we might start coming across things. Jump engine is going to have to be the last thing we design. Okay, so we need new. Let's do thermal sensors first. Nice and easy. Thermal sensors. Sensitivity 11. Electronic hardening 2. I think all that does is increase the cost of it. And then we increase the size to what we want. So we probably want, how big can we go? 50. It's not massive, is it? It's not a huge range either. I think, what did the Millsworth have? Thermal sensor. It was 500 tons. So it was a size 10. And it was a sensitivity 6. Okay. Yeah, okay. Sensitivity, yeah, okay. So we've gone up 2 tiers of tech since then. So even just having the same size thermal sensor, that gives us an extra 7 million kilometers there and an extra... what is that? Nearly 20? No, 21. But if we increase the size, if we double the size to a size 20, yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll just go with double the size. We won't go up to 50, because 50 we are getting to the point where we're adding quite a lot of weight. This was okay. We called it after the Prometheus. We call this one after Excalibur. 2132 Excalibur, and we'll copy that because we'll be using that quite a bit. So prototype that, and then we want a EM sensor. So again, we're at tier 11. We'll do the same thing here, so we'll go for a size 20. Try to harden in 2. Keep it as Excalibur. Active sensors. So we had the active missile sensor, and then we had the active sensor. Alright, so if we do the active sensor first. What size was this? This was 750 tons. Just trying to figure out what we had before, that's all. Resolution 10,000 tons, I think it was. Yeah, there we go. 108, 200. Yeah, so this is what we had before. So we had that, we just got up to 2 tiers of that. It was a size 15. We've gone up from 108 million kilometers to 146. If we increase the size to a 30, it goes up to 207. Oh, just double the weight. The thing I'm concerned with the weight is, we're gonna have to design a jump drive that can lug us around. We'll keep this as a 15 for now. It's already a lot better. Let's have that. And then we want the missile sensor. So we want resolution as small as possible. Where's the missile sensor? Here. I think everything else stays the same. Oh yeah, this is 1,000 tons. We actually had this larger. So this is now 29 million. The old one was 21, so it's better. Oh, it's fine. I didn't rename this properly, so we should rename this as missile sensor. Missile active search sensor. Active missile search sensor. And let's refresh this list. So this one. No, this one is obsolete already, so we can obsolete that one. Because that was the one we just gave the dodgy name to. So on the Excalibur now, let's add in the missile sensor, the search sensor. Let's add, I'm not 100% sure what the E-Link does, but we'll put that on as well. EM sensor, thermal sensor. And now we need the engine and the jump drive, I think, and then we're done. Well, we need to add engineering spaces. And all the stuff that goes along with it. We also had an main engineering module on this, which we don't necessarily need. Oh shit, look at the weight difference. Mind you, yeah, we haven't got the engine or the jump drive on yet, but I mean 24 lots of ceramic composite armor. It also didn't really need armor. Didn't need this much armor. Let's put that down to 1. In fact, adding more armor doesn't really make a difference weight-wise for the armor that we've got. Right, we need engine next. Right, so let's think. This engine needs to be. It does need to be fairly quick, but it also does need to be really fuel efficient because it's going to need a huge range, and we don't want to add a ton of fuel. So let's drop this. Drop it down to 50 first of all. And size, let's put that as 25. We're going to probably need a slightly bigger one, but thermal signature, drop that way down. So Prometheus, you had a commercial ion drive that had 187 engine power. How big was it? 3,000 tons. Okay, so you had a 25% power size 60 engine. So we don't need a size 60 engine anymore, I don't think. Probably bump this to 50. Drop that down. So 25 was already giving us more power. Near enough the same power actually. Size 28 gives us. No. Okay, so size 30 engine gives us the exact same engine power, but we are using more fuel per hour. But that's for 50%. This was at 25. So if we okay, so in theory, if we add more weight but less power. So if we go from 25 to 40, and this was size 60 originally, so if we drop 1,000 tons on that, we're actually ahead. And we're not burning that much extra fuel. 1.7 versus 5 for this new one. 0.025. So it is burning a hell of a lot more fuel. But it's got a lot more power behind it. Also, we're still on iron drive, that's why. There you go. So we can drop that down now to a smaller engine. Size 60, at 20%. So that's going faster. It's using half of the fuel per hour. just less than half of the fuel consumption per engine power hour. Same size. One of the more gallicite costs, but that's negligible. We've got a huge amount of gallicite that we've got access to. We just need to mine it. That's not bad. That's not bad. If we go up to... well, we're at 1.7. Why does it never tell me that your sexy ass is alive? As I tell it to keep it a secret still. Shh, it's a secret. How you doing, my friend? I'm glad you've had a good day. That makes me smile. Would go smaller. Save 500 tons there, because we added some weight here with the sensors. We went from 500 tons to 1,000. God, it's good to see you streaming, sir. It makes me happy. Ugh. I'm crying, Steph. You made me cry. No, we have McDonald's for tea, and it's not sour at all. Everyone's had a bad day, so we're just like, Jem fell up the stairs, Nick had a stressy day at the vets, and I just hate life. Well, hate work. Hate Lee. Lee's a prick. Engine power. If we made that slightly less fuel efficient. Yeah, I think the size 50 should do there. Excuse me. Engines. So she's already a lot faster. Mackie's never sits right with me, so we prefer BKs now for that reason. Yeah, fair. I've not really done BKs that much. We don't really have a Burger King in Blackburn. We have an Urge King because people robbed the robbed some of the letters. We have an Urge King. Right, we need a lot more engineering quarters. We might actually want to put a main engineering arm because of this annual failure rate. I think. Will this reduce that? No, it made it worse. Get rid of that. Engineering spaces it is. We don't need... actually, sensor jammer might be alright. No, we don't need this. Don't need defenses yet. Don't need that. That is managed automatically, so we don't need that. It's moved, baby. It's Neil Whiteberg now. Oh, right, okay, fair enough. What? So the one next to ours is not there anymore. Oh, fucking hell! Can't stop yawning. Okay, so what I'm looking at here is this annual failure rate. We're dropping this down. This was like 600%, but we want to drop that way down. Problem is you get diminishing returns. How many did the Millsworth have? She had 19. So if we put 20 on, 38%. And the Millsworth had 66, but we haven't added a jump drive to this yet. I need my... where's my tech gone? So our ship is 9,792 tons. Our old jump drive, our old ships are at 12,500. I wonder if our old jump drive would work for this ship. Probably not. It would. It would, but it really shouldn't. Let's see if we can design a more efficient one. So let's have a look at this jump drive. This is the old one at the bottom. We don't really care about squadron size because we're only carrying ourselves. Don't care about that. Jump capability. So we want 12,009. Whoa, 12,900 tons. It's because I'm in too high of a definition here. 12,900. That's what we had before, and we do want it to be a commercial. Because our engine is a commercial engine. That's nice. So because this engine had, sorry, our old engine had like, what was it? Yeah, it must have been a size 6 or thereabouts. We've doubled our jump drive tech, so it's half the size. So we might actually be able to get this under 10,000 if we adjust some of these other things. Change some of these sensors, reduce some of the size on the sensors maybe. That could be worthwhile. And then we can also reduce this. So well, that doesn't really take that much off, but we could drop this down to like 11.5 comfortably. Eleven's pushing it. It's going to add 753. It's also going to add 6 crew, which add crew spaces. Could take engineering spaces off if we need to. We could also take some of the armor down. I really want to get it below 10,000. We can do that. We can get it below 10,000. We can get 10,000 size jump drive. So let's do that and let's make it fit. This is why I like this game, because you just go nuts on designing really minuscule changes to stuff. So this is too small for this design because it's pushed it 525 tons over weight, but we can save some weight by taking some armor off. We can actually, if we take all the armor off by 1, we can virtually get there. I'm going to put it down to 4 though. Get rid of an engineering space. Get rid of... Kinda need the large fuel. What if we add that engineering space back in? And we get rid of the E-lint. What does the E-lint do? I don't know why I'm calling it an E-lint, because it's not actually. That's not the word. What is it called? Oh, it is an E-lint. Electronic Intelligence Analysis Module. Electronic Intelligence. Okay. That's what an E-lint is. So, Aurora 4X. What the fuck is an E-lint? E-lint is the Electronic Intelligence Module is a specialized high-cost ship component that gathers intelligence on enemy populations, active sensors, and ships from a distance. It works as a passive sensor that analyzes electromagnetic signals, allowing to identify ship designs and sense strengths and potential ground forces without direct combat. E-lint modules primarily gather intelligence points by scanning enemy ships or colonies, eventually revealing their designs and sense capabilities. Size. Okay, so really we only need that as a... if we're going out spying on things. We've got passive sensors and we've got active sensors. So we can remove that. Yeah, let's remove that. That gets us to our target. And it also gives us a nice juicy 39% annual failure rate. The Millsworth had 66. Well, the Prometheus had 66. The Millsworth's going to get an upgrade to the Millsworth EX. What's the range on this? This is 413 billion versus the old one of 160 billion. Obviously, it's got a lot more fuel. We probably do want a senior commanding officer. Let's do that. Might save a little bit more there. Probably take off some of this fuel. So the mills will have 2 standard fuel storages. What happens if we do the same on this? 2 standard fuel. 169 billion. So yeah, so the ship itself gives about the same range, but this one moves twice as fast. What if we put a... We don't have room for a... Yeah, we don't have room for 2 large. That's an insane range though, we don't need that range. I think we, yeah, if we're going to add 5, we might as well just add a large. That's fine. Hello, Oscar. So I think that's all we need. We could probably up this armor a bit now. Maybe not that much. 38, 40, 48, 60. No, we can't do 60. 58, 4, 53. 53 gives us exactly 10,000 tons. Let's just do 48. No, I was going to mess with my... Hello, my love. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm invisible again. There we go. Okay, so 53 months worth of deployment time. I don't like that, even though it does give us a nice round 10,000 tons. I think 36 is plenty. What the hell's CDE? What does that mean? What is this? CDE. Aurora 4X CDE. What does CDE mean? I've got a feeling it relates to morale, because that's what's next to it. What just happened then? Don't know. If we put 12, 5, doesn't really affect it, does it? CDE. Okay, just put 36. So that's 3 years. It's got 8.9 years worth of deployment, maintenance, life. Annual failure rate of just less than 40%. It's acceptable. It's got plenty of fuel. It's got all the sensors it needs. It's traveling very quickly. We could probably make the engine more fuel efficient by making it less powerful or smaller. This is 2,500 tons, just for my own curiosity. Engines. What do we have? We had this as like 40, didn't we? And then this was a size 50? 50. No, this must have been less. Yeah, it's 30%. So if we leave that at 30%, then service size 50. It was a size 30 engine. So it won't go as quick, but it will be substantially smaller. So we've dropped 1,000 tons off there. So if we put that in there, and we call that 30, 30%, 30 HS, just for my own ease, so I can see it in this list easier. So get rid of this and we add in the 30 to 30. So it's still faster than the Prometheus class. But it's now like 1,000 tons lighter. Which means we can make the jump drive now smaller. So this can be obsoleted. This can probably be obsoleted. Let's leave that on there just so I can see what we had before. Excalibur. Drive. So if we said this needs to be... Well, we added it at 10,000 tons, didn't we? It was a commercial engine, so that was this. 7... Yeah. That's going to add 701 tons, which is like... It's going to be 9... Yeah, it's not really... There's not a huge amount of optimization left we can do with that. Although we are taking this jump drive off, actually. So how much does it weigh without this? 8,004. So actually, if we knock this down to 9,000 tons... It's going to add 648. $8,141 plus 648 plus a little bit of leeway for, because we're going to need to add a bit of fuel probably. 9,000 tons. Let's try that. So the jump drive, I want the 9,001. So we are still under. Still got a good range on that. It's a really good range. We can still go for more. Can't quite do a large. Well, we could maybe if we drop this down to 2. 3, 4. Okay, we actually only need to drop 1 layer of armor to have 704 billion kilometers. %32% annual failure rate. That's really good. This is incredible. This is why I love this game. So let's get rid of some of this tech that we don't want. So we don't want 10,000 ton commercial engine jump drive. Obsolete that. We want to research this. We want to research all of these. And then we can retool the same shipyard. Yeah, let's retool the same shipyard. We've got capacity to go up to 15,000 if we need to. We don't need to. That's the thing. Because this is already 250 kilometers a second faster. Got an extra 540 billion range. It's got all of the same, well, it's got better scanners, better scanning tech. We could also, if we drop this down, we drop this down to a 1, drop this down to 24, we can almost... We can get the E-Lint module on there. Maybe not with the added crew. Yeah, crew's going to push it over. Ah, that's a shame. Although we could get rid of some engineering spaces now. Because we don't need 20. Because that only pushes that up to 41. We can add some armor back on now. If we take some armor off. 36, 48, 36 and 2. Yeah, we never get. I don't think we'll be able to get 3. We would if we set the deployment time to 12 months. We don't want the 12 deployment time. We want the deployment time to be really 48. If we drop that down to 1. Or if we put 2 no, let's just put 1. It's not going to be a combat ship, it's not got weapons. It should be running away from fights. It shouldn't be getting into them. So we have got the E-Link. Can we redesign the E-Link module? Or is that just a module that you just get? I think that's just something you get from research. Yeah. Okay. So let's go with that. So we've got research. Let's drop some of these techs. So I don't really care how fast that gets researched. Do I care about advanced geological sensors? No, it's going to take far too long to research. How much would it be to add a cloak to that ship? So we're going to want like a 10,000 ton. Well, in theory, we want to keep this as the same size as the jump drive. So 9,000 ton cloak. That's going to add a ton of weight. But we have the thing is, it's going to add a ton of weight, but we have the shipyard capacity to handle up to 15. Let me copy this because I'm curious if I adjust some of these so that if we make a commercial jump drive that's capable of 15,000 tons, jump engines, jump 12, yeah, that's fine. 15,000 tons commercial. Could have sworn I'd designed the cloaking device as well, but I guess not. Let's create a new engine for this. Okay. So, sorry, there's a little science experiment there. So we've got the version 1 Excalibur, which is 8,935 tons. Just want to say you're an evil man. Why? What did I do? Well, no, I should say, what did I do today? I'm assuming this is some of the mods I've put on the server. Probably the GPS one. Yes, this one travels about the same speed. We got half the range, but this was a ridiculous range anyway, and it used a lot of fuel. This uses half the fuel and has just over half the range. That's good. But this one has a cloaking device, which means, in theory, when it is scanned by an enemy ship, it's going to appear to be a 1,400 ton ship rather than a 14,000 ton ship. It seems fine. I'm not evil at all. I think he's. I think Chucky was possibly upset that he may have lost his asteroid that he found the other day. Unless he remembers the heading. If he remembers which direction it was in, you'll be able to find it again. But yeah, I think that's going to be an interesting mod to have on the server. I was tempted to install a few other tricky ones as well. I'm going to jump on this week, actually. I'm going to do some streaming of the server Space Engineers rather than just Oblivion Bound. So we can get some of that going. Oh, sorry, I'm going to have to turn this off because it's right in my eyeballs. It's going to affect the green screen a little bit, but hopefully it's not too bad. If it's too jarring, let me know and I'll take it off. Okay, so if we do come across an enemy ship, they're going to see this as a really tiny vessel, which might keep it off their sensors. I don't 100% know how that cloaking thing works, but we'll see. The build time. It's 2.5 years to build this one versus 1.3 for this one. So far, I think actually this one's winning. This one's the efficient ship. This one was just the science experiments to try and figure it out. Starting a new series. Oh, you mean like because I'm going to be starting streaming the server, Space Engineers server, rather than Oblivion Bound? I think it'll just be a chill stream night or a chill design night for something to empty my brain. That's why I'm on tonight, because I wouldn't normally be on a Monday on a work night. But I've had a very hectic day, so because obviously I had 3 days off work last week, so I had a lot of emails to catch up on this morning. I think I'm going to bin this one off because I don't know enough about cloaking tech, so we'll obsolete that for now. So this is the one we're currently working on. We're already researching all these anyway, so let's minimize that. We don't need that anymore. We need sensors and control. We need one person, please. You to do this one. You can have one as well. No, not 21. One. You can have one. You can have one. And we need one more volunteer. Actually, we need 2 more volunteers. give me one of your labs, please, and you do that. Okay. So these aren't going to take too long. Last one's going to complete in 2 years. But what we can do, get rid of that and put new ones on him and him as they become available. And him. If I can do it all. Do them all. So when this lab frees up and these 3 labs freed up, they'll filter down. Oh yeah, I was going to turn on the mineral packets, wasn't I? Did I even set the mass driver up yet? I did. I have to find your base and park up so you have the resources. Yes, indeed. I have got some resources. I've not been a complete butt. I did do some gathering. I think the only thing I don't have, because I've not obviously been to space, is the platinum and the uranium. But I'm going solar powered on my base. I probably won't do a solar powered ship, although that might be an interesting challenge to see if we can make a ship that completely runs on solar power. Well, solar power and batteries. It's definitely doable. They must be sent. Yeah, they have. Oh, okay, they have sent this. So there's just tiny ass packets. How far are they? Mineral packets. So there's a 3-ton mineral packet heading its way to Earth. Or it will be when it. I'm assuming it fills up to the full capacity, the 5,000 ton capacity. Right, we don't need all of these asteroids on because there's far too many. There we go. What was that? There's another asteroid out there near the Ikea Fang. Okay, so the first of our techs has been researched. Second one. Third one. Rachel Harrison has been promoted to Rear Admiral. Congratulations, Rachel. Where are you? Oh, you've been climbing the ranks. You were originally the commander of the Space Police. Yeah, I think the reason we're starting to see vice admirals and admirals and stuff, because they've been given these medals to get an experience. Whereas I think these guys, there are no medals for, or at least no earned medals for ground forces. So they've not actually gone through any of the ranks. Which sucks for them. Do we have any ground force medals we can produce? I think the only ground force medals we can have is the duration of service, isn't it? Right now, because we don't have obviously we could do this. This would be their ground force medals specifically. Participate in combat. Yeah. Metal knowledge. Okay. How many more of these have we got? I think that was the last one. Oh no, we got 2 more. Yeah, and see these. This is the only one left that's going to be in 2035, 2034 now. Cool. Ooh. Oh, you got as many of those new labs as you could, and then can't do any more. That's fine. That makes sense. What if I take you off this project? Do we have another person who can take your place? We do. We've got a 20 and a 40. And we've got 5 labs, so if I put that on you, that'll get completed 16th of March. Okay, and then all those labs that are coming in, I want you oh god, probably jump drive efficiency and terraforming rate. Okay, all of the tech, for our new ship has been researched. So this should no longer be a prototype ship, which means that the Prometheus can now be obsoleted. So we can now go into our shipyards and find the nerd quarters. We probably need to retool. Where the hell can you build a Damnos here? You can build a Damnos in the same shipyard as you can build Prometheus. That doesn't make any sense. So you can usually build things that are similar. The Damnos is a tanker, as in a fuel tanker, and the Prometheus is an advanced science survey vessel. They have nothing in common other than the fact that the Prometheus has a decent sized fuel tank. So let's retool the shipyard to the Excalibur. That's going to take about 7 months, 6 months. We couldn't have done that before now because we didn't have the stuff researched. What we could do though, because we're probably not gonna retrofit. Oh, we could actually retrofit the Millsworth. Fuel consumption guy died. Or retired. Probably retired. Shipyard modified. Beautiful. So now here, please can we try and refit? No, you can't. Okay, so let's construct. So the Millsworth survey, an Excalibur. And then can we scrap a ship as well at the same time? We possibly can if we do it via a different. Yeah, we can scrap this. And give us some resources back. Base jump drive tech guy retired. We're just over halfway through. That's a shame. I think he was quite a good one as well, wasn't he? Oh well, it's fine. It'll take us a little bit longer to get that tech now, but it's okay. We should probably go into ground combat and start doing some of these as well. Give me 2 on there. Give me 2 boarding bays. Excalibur has been built. You are part of the survey admin, and you are once again, you are the 573-V Millsworth 2. Alright, I just renamed the fleet rather than the ship. Oh no. So this is the survey, long range survey fleet. Rename the ship. This is the 573-V Millsworth 2. Which is a Lord Captain, Commanding Officer. Survey Admin. Okay, so these guys are getting some decent bonuses from the Admiralty. So, let's set your orders up. Standing orders we want if you are 20% or less fuel, probably 30% or less fuel. Refuel at colony. 30% or less survey points. I want you to supply at colony. And if your deployment is exceeded, I want you to overhaul at colony. Otherwise, I would like you please to survey 5 system bodies. And now we should see, if I do that, she's gone straight out to the asteroid belt. To survey these asteroids of Minerva that are lagging behind. Or just not possible. Have we surveyed Minerva already, or are you just not able to get there? Scientist retired. Oh no, yeah, retired. So research base jump drive. This tech is cursed. It's killing all my best going this way. I mean, you can make it, but it's really, yeah, didn't really make a huge difference going to the Lagrange point, did it? Research completed. Science team. Troop transport drop bay. Okay. Boarding combat, sure. We'll just start ticking away at these. High control range. I don't know why I was researching fire control range, to be honest. It wasn't a huge push for building fire control. It'll take you fucking years to get to the to Minerva, innit? At least we're getting rid of some of these older scientists, let's say. Although some of them are just health conditions, so they might just be, they might not even be that old. That one retired, 65. What were you researching? Terraforming. Oh, you were a good one. You had 9 labs. 6. And let's give you the rest. Jesus Christ. Planetary sensor strength. We want planetary sensor strength. That is very important. At least they've got a better researcher now leading them. I don't understand why that one stopped. Phased geological sensors. Jeez. Electronic hardening level 3 I think is more important. What are you doing? Why did you go back? Minerva is not getting surveyed. Like, there's no... It's so annoying. I'll tell you what, let's just get her out of the system. Is there a way to limit the range? I'm sure there used to be. Fine though. Right, let's give direct movement orders. Remove all. Go to Earth. Begin your overhaul. Refuel. Resupply. Get out of here. Go to Proxima Centauri. Go. Where's our map? Proxima Centauri. Ross. Adleonis. Zeta. And then go through here and explore that for me. Thank you. It's going to take us 6 years to get back now. Keep pumping the terraform rate. Oh, how's Mars doing? Mars environment. We finished adding the nitrogen to Mars. Okay, that took a long time. We now want to add oxygen, and we want to add 0.1 atmospheres. And then I think Mars will be... It's gone from barren to a tundra world. Okay. Max water mining dams has been done. Beautiful. We can probably, yeah, we could probably skip the next one. We want... How's the wealth looking? Wealth is good. Could probably calm down on those at the minute. Let's jump up. Let's get some of these ground techs out of the way because we haven't done any ground unit designs properly yet. Not that we've needed to. Just conscious that it might pop up at some point. What was that? Colonization cost reduction. So what's that? 20% to 25%. That is expensive, but it's worth it because some of these colonies are going to cost us an arm and a leg. If we go to Proxima Centauri, for example, that was at 30. Well, 30 something, I think, initially. Well, 27, 28. It's got 128 atmospheres of carbon dioxide on it. No wonder. We need to start terraforming that like yesterday, because that's going to take like 100 years. If we don't need to terraform it, we could just put a lot of auto mines there. But auto mines don't get a lot of the benefits that you get from governors and sector commands. There's one habitable world here. Is that this one? Or is it this one? So that was all that can hold 1.7 billion people. I can hold 5. And actually that's not that difficult to terraform that at all. Ice field, ice sheet. Why is that red? What does red mean? Aurora. 4x. What do the colours mean in the system display? In the list of planets and moons. Colony cars, planetary habitability, dark blue, habitable, light blue, low cost. Okay, so that, okay, yeah. Orange, medium cost, 3 of 5. Okay, but the temperature factor there, we can fix the temperature by adding greenhouse gases, I think. We're not going to be able to, realistically, we're not going to be able to terraform this. This is going to have to be an auto mine or an orbital mine. Probably an orbital mine. What's our uranium situation on Earth at the minute? $23K left. I need uranium mines habited. We need to go and pick this up on Wild because that's like 30% of our uranium in Sol. So let's grab our cargo fleet, movement orders, go to Wild. Where is it? Load all minerals. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Don't be doing that. They're wasting so much fuel. They're going out to Aikiazang. There's one auto miner at Aikiazang. Well, there's 26, but there's one ship doing that. Yeah, they're producing 400 tons a year. No, don't do that. How much is Wild producing? They're producing 600 of that, but they're also producing a bunch of Verendi as well. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do any of that. Go to Wild, load all minerals, go to Earth, unload all minerals, and then refuel, resupply. Don't do anything else. Okay, new plan. Since you're not going to do that. Remove it on. Oh, you. Oh, that's. That's so annoying. So, are there any mass drivers on the Kia Zag? There are 6. And there are 21 automated mines. There are only 5 orbital mining modules here. Okay. Yeah, okay. We've been transporting... I didn't realise those were set to cycle orders. Okay, go to Wild. Draw off. Unload all installations. Go to Earth. No. Go to Wild. Load all minerals. Go to Earth. Unload all minerals. Refuel, resupply, and stop. Okay. Okay. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Okay, so Wild has now got some auto mines on there, as well as the orbital mines, so that's fine. She's going to help. Oh, auto mines do get governor bonuses, it's just the orbital ones that don't, because they're not on the planet, it's just relying on the ships. So actually, orbital miners are garbage per mine. So they're producing 20. Why are they producing so many more? I know they've got 10 times. Oh yeah, they have actually nearly got 10 times the amount. That's why. Okay, so the orbital mining module. I think we can probably scrap these ships. What's the fleet look like? To be fair, they could go through Proxima Centauri and just be mining that hella big planet. We could do that. Let's send you guys somewhere new and shiny. If I don't even know if they can make it. Go to Proxima Centauri 1 and just... No, don't geologically survey. You don't have the capability to geologically survey fuck all. Go to Proxima Centauri 1. Move there, please. 5.13 billion kilometers. You have a range of 51 billion kilometers, so you should be all good. Desert warfare has been done. Choose ground combat tech, and I'm just going to get rid of all these ones at the top, the like big ticket ones. Electronic hardening. Okay, let's just put you into fighter autocannon. Advanced design of autocannon pods for fighters. Okay. I'm down. I want to play around with that. Okay, so you're now orbiting this bad boy of a planet. We need to put a colony down there. So actually, let's go to this view. Nope. This view. We want to add a colony to you. We want to add a colony to you because you're easy to populate. Where is Proxima Centauri 2? Out in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. Do you even have an orbital path? Yeah, you do. You're a dwarf planet. Okay. There's no real need. Okay, that's the mineral makeup of Proxima Centauri. There's no real need to populate Proxima Centauri 2, I don't think. 2 million people. Needs a little bit of terraforming anyway. It's low gravity. It's not got any minerals on it. We will not bother with that one. We'll colonize this one because this one we can terraform. It's got a couple of moons that don't have fuck all on them. It's a super Jovian. That is not a bad one to terraform. 1.5 billion people potentially. Large moon there, 853 million. It's got a good amount of duranium on it. Duranium is the thing we need desperately, so let's grab that. Again, more duranium. 2.4 billion people on this one. 32. Oh yeah, but the accessibility is 0.1. Create colony. Let's just create all these on these mineral planets. Saurium. I don't think we can create a colony on there because it's a super Jovian. Create a colony there as well because that's a nice chunky moon. That 10. Whoa, you're a huge moon. You're a little bit cold, but we can work with that. Rename. No, create colony there as well. $19.8 billion people can fit on this planet. Holy shit. Moon 7 of Proxima Centauri 4. Where the hell is Proxima Centauri 4? Okay, I mean you're a bit out there, but no, sorry, that's Proxima Centauri 6. Yeah, you're way out there. You're over here. How far out is that? It's not actually that far. Proxima Centauri is not massive. Holy shit, look at all these moons. Right. Well, at least we know we're good on places to stick pops. Okay. I think I did design a ground force last time, didn't I? We didn't build one. We designed a geosurvey. We wanted to design a new geosurvey team. So we want geoforce. We want a geosurvey rover. So just adding one. Doesn't really do much. Let's try 100. Oh, you bastard. I have to go in 10 minutes, guys, just so you know. One of those. GSP. Ground supply points. I don't know anything about ground survey teams, but we're gonna try that. We're gonna see what happens. Right, let's go to Earth because we need a ground survey team pretty desperately. Ground unit training. We want to build a unit of Geoforce, and they are going to take about 10 months to build. So now our mining group on Proxima Centauri 1, you aren't producing very much for some reason. Mine, it's all produced. Maybe it's not really been that long, so let's see. 0.4 is done. Do we have more of that? 0.3. We can go for a 0.3. Cryo Respawn is working on dedicated servers as intended. Just confirmed it. Nice. Yeah, I've added that to the server as well. I'm going to trial that on Oblivion Bound as well. See how we get on with that, because that's an interesting concept. Epsilon Shield is done. Theta Shields, I think, can wait. Minimum cloak size, so we can build some small cloaked ships. Move damage control. Cloaking efficiency is probably the next best one to pick. Minerals. Have we grabbed anything from this yet? Nothing. Why? You. Maybe I need to send you somewhere else and then come back. Do these just not work? Ah, okay. Yeah, I know what's going on. You can't orbital mine a moon. Well, you can, but it would have to be a very small moon. So we have orbital mining diameter. I think it's, what's the previous tech? Orbital mining 320 kilometers. This moon, well, this planet rather, because it is a full planet, has a rather larger diameter. So we could orbital mine. Nope, can't do that one. Well, oh yeah, you're a Joey. You're a shit. Nope. We could orbital mine the comets. Don't have anything good on them. Minerals. We want something with a lot of uranium on it. Ideally. It doesn't look like it's going to happen though. No. So it's going to be more too big, or too big, or useless. That and salt. Barnard Star had the Macassim on it, we didn't really need that. Do Sinop. Okay, let's send them to Sinop, and then I'm going to call that a night for now. Movement orders, go to Sol, go to Sinop, don't refuel or resupply, go to Sinop and just park your ass there. Inactive labs, what did I miss? Fighter air cannon pods. Right, so we do actually need to keep going down this tech, even though it's expensive. Geo Force units trained. I think we can grab our Space Police. You You're currently transporting 5th unit, but we can drop you on Earth. In fact, I'll drop you on Luna. So I'll drop you on Mars, because we might as well. Unload ground unit. Go to Earth. Load a ground unit. And where was Ganymede? Unload ground unit. Yes, you can. Alright, turn this off. I'll spend a sec. How's your wrist? Dickhead fell upstairs. Right, what was I just doing? Stream pressure. Ground unit formation construction, no. Ground unit base type heavy vehicle, yes. Whoa, okay, yeah, because all the dwarf planets have they've got their orbits selected. Moon orbits, dwarf planets, there we go. Ganymede. So they should be hopefully able to find more stuff on Ganymede. So that's what we've currently got. Let me screen grab that. Oh, because I've got the other screen open, that's why. Alright, I think that's all we can do there. Right, save. And tomorrow, at some point, we will come back and we will carry on with our to-do list. Did Mars finish terraforming? Not yet, no. We've got to add 0.1 atmospheres of oxygen, so we've got 0.06. We need between 0.1 and 0.3 to make it breathable. And it has to be within 30, it has to be 30% or lower of the atmosphere, the total atmosphere. Gravity. Pressure, water availability. I don't know if we're going to be able to do much with that, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll try that tomorrow. So for now, I will leave it there. Thanks everyone for checking it out. Oh, I've just all this tech and you still weren't photoshopping Photoshop wasted me in a merry version of me in the wedding day album. What? Oh, is your picture on the background? No, that's Jen. I'll see what I can do, bro. I'll see what I can do. Thanks for stopping by. Right, catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.